Good morning. Welcome back to Market Monday. I'm so glad that you join me each week to see what's happening in Northwest Ohio in the housing market. So this is our market watch. This is our stats for the last 7 days. We have had 72 new sellers commit to doing a coming soon in the last 7 days, 212 new listings. So 284 new houses are going to be on the market available for buyers to purchase. And this is exciting news. We actually had 247 that went under contract last week. So that number is below the number that's coming. So this is going to help a little bit with our housing shortage. And the number that sold last week was 268. That number is also below the number of new listings. And so this helps us dramatically. Well, not dramatically because it's not a huge number, but it definitely helps to contribute to the housing shortage. So as we've been hearing throughout the year, we've only had about 800. At one point, we were down to 700 new listings or 700 available listings. Then we went to about 800 or 900. We are up in the 1,400 number now of available homes for sale for our buyers. So it is definitely helping. We're headed in the right direction for the housing shortage. Now, a normal market is around 4,000. So we have a little ways to go yet. So if you're thinking about selling your house, please feel free to reach out because we definitely can use more houses to sell. You will see right now, currently, this is that 1,400 number I was talking about. We have 1,219 new homes or homes available and 99 new coming soon homes that will be coming on the market sometime in the next 21 days. Just to kind of run through, I like to talk about Oregon and Point Place. Oregon has 21 active available homes right now. Point Place has 26 active available homes. These numbers are actually up from last week. And we had 5 new listings and 2 new coming soons in Oregon last week. 4 new listings in Point Place, 3 new coming soons, and we had 9 houses that sold and closed in Oregon, and 7 that sold and closed in Point Place. So the great news is we have over 1,300 available or coming soon houses for our buyers. So right here, this slide's our September numbers, the stats are in. This is what happened year over year. So we're comparing September of 21 to September of 20. Housing sales are up 2%. We sold 1,145 homes in our market in September. Housing prices were up 2.7% to $191,218 being the average sales price. And the number of days on market was down 22% to 55 days. So what we want to keep in mind here is homes are selling for more money. They are selling in shorter amounts of time, and they're actually, so they're selling for more money in shorter amount of time. I don't know where else I thought I was going with that. Sorry about that. So home sales are up. So if you are thinking about selling, it's a great time to talk to a full-time realtor who's educated, know what's happening in the market, and see what all this actually means for you. Now, one thing I want to just touch on this week, because we hear a lot in the headlines, and often you'll see headlines in the news media, and they don't actually match the story, or it's not reinforced by the story. So one of the recent things that we've been seeing a lot of is this actually that foreclosure startups are up 49% over last year. So you're going to see this, like it's in the media. They are shouting it from the rooftops. But unfortunately, what they're not doing is telling you why they're up 49%. And we're going to continue to see this over the next several months. So in 2020, if you remember, we had a pandemic and things were shut down and people weren't going to work and they couldn't make their house payments. So absolutely, were there some people entering into the startup program last year into foreclosures? Yes, there were. But if you take a look at the number today, now where no longer things are not shut down, people are able to go to work, We had 8,348 foreclosure startups in August of 2021. Yes, that number is up 49% from August of 2020. But if you remember, there was a moratorium on being able to foreclose. So foreclosures were not going anywhere last year. So yes, we're going to have an increase of 49% over last year because of the pandemic. But let's take a look at the last normal year. And this is where you want to bring things into perspective. The startups in August of 2019, our last normal year for housing market, August was 28,000. So if you look at this 8,348 from August of 2021, that tells you that we were down to about a third of what a normal month would be for the number of foreclosures. So it's important to keep this into perspective. I wanted to show this chart too, because this chart is from August, and we've talked about this on and off over the past year, but I thought it was a good time to kind of revisit this. 44.1% of people that started into some kind of forbearance plan during the pandemic, they actually paid their forbearances in full. They paid their loans off. They paid the past due, whatever. They are out of the forbearance process. So 44.1% of people. 38.7%, which are the blue people, they either did some kind of loan deferral or modification. They have also worked themselves out of this situation. So they're headed in the right direction. A lot of these people in the blue and the green have actually put their homes on the market because we've had accelerated house prices in the last couple of years due to the shortage. So about 8% appreciation in prices last year, about 11 to 13. We're not quite sure where we're going to wind up this year. Price appreciation for 2021. A lot of the people in the blue and the green, they're just putting their houses on the market, putting a couple bucks in their pocket and figuring out what their next step is going to be, if they're going to buy another house or if they're going to rent for a while or relocate, buy a bigger house, smaller house. So we're seeing a lot of movement in the housing industry. So it is unfortunate that we do still have about 17.2% of the people, though, that went into forbearance that are still having some kind of issue. They haven't been able to work out a mitigation plan. They are maybe doing a short sale. We have quite a few people that we're helping with short sales. We hadn't seen as many for a while. And some people are just doing a deed in lieu, which is giving the deed back to the bank in lieu of the mortgage that is due. So it's important for us to keep things in perspective. So if you look at the 44.1%, which is the green, and the 38.7% that have worked out some kind of repayment plan in the blue, you can see that the number of foreclosures, I know there's people that keep saying, I'm waiting for all the foreclosures to come. Unfortunately, foreclosures are down, and we are not expecting a huge bundle of foreclosures to come into the market like what happened in the housing crash in 2008. That time was very, very different. And so we do not anticipate this. We're not in the same situation. So we do not expect the same results that happened in 2008. My name is Brenda Kilburn. I work with RE/MAX Preferred Associates. I love selling real estate. If you have questions, you want to know what any of this information means, please feel free to reach out. I hope you find this information helpful. Please stop back next week. I do Market Monday every Monday. I'm on Facebook, Brenda Kilburn, RE/MAX Preferred Associates. I have a YouTube channel. Let me know if you have any questions. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you back here next Monday.